This is the OBSBOT Meet 2, an AI-powered 4K webcam, which is super tiny. And this camera features a half-inch CMOS sensor with an f1.8 aperture, which does a great job in low light, as you will see shortly. This camera has a nice sleek look to it, very clean and tiny as well. And this is the front where we have the microphones and also the LED indicator whenever the camera is on. And the sides, super clean here. And the bottom, we do have a 1/4-inch thread, which you can use. And at the back, we just have the USB Type-C input, and that's it. The Meet 2 comes with a magnetic mount here, so you're able to use the camera in the landscape mode, or go ahead and put it in portrait mode here. And here we get a metal privacy cover, which pretty much just goes on top of the camera here, so it doesn't really matter which side you put it on or sideways here. And it keeps things covered. Just so you can get an idea of how small this camera is, here it is compared to my phone, and also an SD card here. So it's pretty tiny. And here you can see the sizes in centimeters. So right now, everything you're seeing and hearing is coming directly from the Meet 2 camera. And for something like a product shot, if you want to put something close to the camera, it will go ahead and focus. And then go back to me again here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you some of the other features like auto framing and all that good stuff. And here I have the OBSBOT Center open. A few things we can see on the preview window here. I do have it set 4K at 30 FPS. And then you're able to record a video directly just like you saw there. That video came directly from this app here. And a few things we can do straight from the app. So the first option here, auto framing. So if I go ahead and turn this on, we're able to do group mode, close up, and upper body. So right now I'm in close up mode, so I'm like moving away and it's still keeping me like in frame, which looks good. Moving a little bit to the side. So it does a good job. It doesn't really miss you. So anytime you're moving, it kind of like follows you. It does a good job here. And upper body mode, if I was to stand up and go over here, and as you can see, it does keep track. Like I'm kind of like far away right here. It's still keeping track really good. And now we're gonna go ahead and just turn off auto framing here. Some things you're able to do straight from the app. You're able to go ahead and zoom in here. So if I zoom in really close, you can kind of see the detail from this camera. And here I'm really close up to the camera and it does a pretty good job. And you can definitely see the detail here, like on the face. And also we have some other options down here, so we can go wide, medium, narrow. And then once you go ahead and zoom in, you're also able like to go ahead and move it around as well. So now we're jumping to the image portion. We are able to autofocus. I'm able to turn that off. So we can go ahead and do manual focus if you wanted to. So you have that option. And also focus mode, you have global and face. Exposure, this is another thing you're able to go ahead and adjust by yourself. So auto, so shutter speed and ISO, you're able to adjust straight from here, which is a great option to have. Especially if you're streaming, you want to have your own setup, manual setup, so it's always the same. This is a great option to have here. Looking at the white balance, on auto mode, it does a good job. Sometimes there's like a little green tint, probably you notice. But if you want to go ahead and adjust this by yourself, you're able to go ahead and do that as well. We have image down here, so we are able to go ahead and adjust the contrast, the saturation here. And then sharpness. This is something I kind of leave at the minimum because I don't want like my face looking like this. So I kind of leave this at 0. Next option, we have more and device sleep. This I left it on, and after 30 seconds, if the camera is not being used, it will go to sleep. And then audio mode. If you're using an external microphone, you can go ahead and disable the microphones from this camera. Next, we're jumping to the beauty effects here, which probably you're gonna end up using at some point because there's like a bokeh here, which is enabled right now. This is how it looks with the bokeh turned off right now. If I turn it on, it does a pretty good job here, like of making it look like a real lens. And if I turn it off, it still does a good job. Like if I put something close up, you're still getting that natural bokeh that's coming from the camera. But if you want a little bit extra, you're able to go ahead and set up the blur level here. If you go under advanced, this uses the NVIDIA broadcast, so you will need to have an NVIDIA card in order to use the advanced. But native here does a pretty good job. Retouch, so these are some things I was playing around for quite a bit. As you can see here, you're able pretty much to do anything you want on this side. Even like go ahead and, as you can see here, narrow your nose, cheekbones here, mouth. You're able to do quite a few things, even whiten your teeth if you wanted to. And even body slim, and there's quite a few things you're able to do from here. And then obviously there's like makeup. You can go ahead and put a lipstick on here. One filter I was using is the clear filter, and if I go ahead and turn it off, this is how it looks like. And once you go ahead and select a filter here, you are able to go ahead and adjust the level. The filter that I really like is clear here, and use it about like 50%. It just makes the image look a little bit nicer here. Right now, let's go ahead and turn this off. In order to go ahead and use the filters here, like the bokeh or anything like that, you're gonna have to click here, which will create a virtual camera, which you have to choose it when you go to like in Zoom or Google Meet. You have to choose that OBSBOT virtual camera there. And this is how the camera performs in low light situations. So right now, all the lights are off, and I do have a little bit of a light coming in from the window on this side. And I have a light in front of me here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on so you can see the exposure difference as soon as the light is off. So turning off the light, the exposure is like right away. I can see a little bit of noise in the video, but overall the quality looks great, as you can see for yourself here. So this is how the camera looks like when it's on. You'll get that green indicator light up there on the right hand side. We're also able to go ahead and turn the brightness down of the green LED there, or you can go ahead and turn it all off together if you wanted to. And this is how the camera looks like when the cover is on. Really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions about this camera, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer it. And I'll see you on the next video.